She said, she'll take me anywhere, she'll take me anywhere, as long as she stays with me. She said, she'll take me anywhere, she'll take me anywhere, as long as I stay queen. Yes, yes, Molly's lips. Yes, yes, Molly's lips. Yes, yes, Molly's lips. Yes, yes, Molly's lips. Birthday, it's my birthday. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Hey, me Matt here, and happy birthday to me, happy birthday to me. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about Fatal 4-Way, which happened on June 20th, 2010. My 26th birthday, which makes me now 1. So this was a really interesting show. I mean, a lot of these guys are still relevant in WWE. Some of them, most of them have gone to other companies, but was it a good show? Let's talk about it. So the pre-show was Zack Ryder defeating MVP. Now, I didn't see this one, but Zack Ryder was obviously, I think he was an edgehead at this point, still. Yeah, because there was him and Kurt Hawkins. I really can't remember 2010 in WWE as much as, let's say, TNA. I wasn't getting the channel, which is Sportnet, or Sportsnet, whichever. So, unfortunately, I had to watch most of the episodes on YouTube, but anyways, yeah, so we start off with Kofi Kingston versus Drew McIntyre, and yeah, Kofi Kingston, the Intercontinental Champion. This was pretty cool, and Kofi started off strong, and then something happened with him on the outside, then Drew had taken over. He actually did a Future Shock, but to no avail, and Kofi ended up retaining the title. And I think, Drew being the chosen one, if you will, and it was like, he had a lot of issues, and I feel like he had to leave the company in order to better himself, and I feel like a lot of wrestlers have done that. He did a lot of work in TNA, and then coming back, and wouldn't you know it, 10 years after this, winning the WWE title at WrestleMania. Yes, it was at the Performance Center, but, I think Drew at this time was obviously not ready for the WWE title. I mean, A just came in. But B, he also had the WWE Intercontinental title as well. And yeah, he had Teddy Long was for some reason on the outside watching the match. There was a point where the referee got knocked out or whatever. So Drew got Teddy to put the referee shirt on. He counted to 2, but then, actually I don't think he counted at all. Then Matt Hardy came, did the Twist of Fate, and basically Kofi retained the title. We had a Fatal 4-Way for the Divas title. Got Eve Torres, who was the champion, Gail Kim, Maurice, and Alicia Fox. Now, I mean, this was awesome. There was a point where Gail Kim and Eve Torres had, I think it was Maurice, in a Boston Crab. crossface combo, and that was pretty cool. There's a lot of good spots in this match, but Alicia Fox ended up winning the Divas title, which I thought was pretty fucking cool. I feel like now in TNA, as Victoria Crawford, in fact, I have it right here. Yes, her name is in fact Victoria Crawford. Ah, shit. Anyways, she won. I'm not sure who beat her at that point, but again, there's another one that had a lot of bad luck and had a lot of substance abuse issues, and I don't remember her as the Divas champion, but yeah, this was pretty cool. We go on now to Evan Bourne, Matt Sydal versus Chris Jericho. This was a pretty good match. Yeah, you thought maybe Chris Jericho was gonna win. Evan Bourne picked up the win, did a shooting star press, and yeah. Again, not knowing much about this feud, but really good high spots. Obviously, Chris Jericho and Matt Sydal are very good at knowing. We have another fatal four-way match for the world title. We have Rey Mysterio, who defeated the champion at the time, Jack Swagger, Big Show, and CM Punk, who supported a mask because there was a hair versus mask match, I believe, that CM Punk lost. He had shaved his head. That I do remember. The feud was CM Punk and Rey Mysterio. But this was a really good match too. There was a lot of weird shit that happened though, like Kane came out with a casket, choke slamming CM Punk into the casket. There was some other stuff. Jeez. But yeah, Rey Mysterio ended up pinning Jack Swagger and winning the title. And I know that the first time he won the world title, it was kind of like I don't know. I mean, to win it again, I don't know how long it lasted. I don't think it lasted that long. I mean, I believe Kane won it afterwards, and so, in fact, I think he did. But I think they should have really learned their lesson the first time. Got the US title. This is pretty cool. The Miz versus R-Truth. And I mean, it's kind of cool to see these two guys before their take team thing and how they all got started. And so it's like, that's cool. And yeah, they put on a really good match as well. R-Truth, he thought maybe was going to win. He pulled off some very good moves. And it was even a jawbreaker, I think. But the Miz ended up retaining the title. And to see this, though, this was pretty awesome Truth days, you know. Well, especially when you look at when R-Truth became a heel. And again, we were with the more serious wrong killings, and that was pretty cool as well. I mean, the guy who spent some time in TNA won the NWA title. That was pretty awesome. You have a 6-person take team match. The Hart Dynasty. David Hart Smith, Natalya, and Tyson Kidd, who defeated the Usos with Tamina. So yeah, the Usos came in from FCW and also Tamina. And I mean, you got the Bloodline, which is kind of cool to say that now, but I mean, yeah, you got Tamina from the Fiji Islands, or, you know, a blood related, and then of course the Usos, a Samoan take team, but then you got, you know, another legendary, like, second generation take team as well. Like Harry Smith with Davey Boy, and then of course Natalia with Jim Neidhart. So this was a really good match too, and I hope you're sitting down for this one. Natalia got the pinfall on Tamina. They believed in her that much, they gave her the win? Wow. But seriously, this was a good match, and I did see the Hart Dynasty at the K-Rock Center. Well, it's the Leon Center now in Kingston, Ontario, so this was very cool. And then, of course, we finish off with the Fatal 4-Way title match. WWE Championship, John Cena versus Edge versus Randy Orton versus Sheamus. And this match went back and forth. And I mean, you thought maybe it could go to either man, honestly. I mean, in a pretty cool twist of fate or whatever, basically, Sheamus and Edge teaming up to take out John Cena. Of course, then Randy Orton came in. And this was pretty cool. Again, not knowing who was going to win at the time. And then the Nexus came out. Yeah, and they took out John Cena. Which basically gave Sheamus the win, and Sheamus left through the crowd. They beat John up some more. It was like he had to be protected for some reason, so it's kind of stupid. Whatever. So that was Fatal 4-Way. I thought there was another pay-per-view that happened on my birthday. I can't remember now, but yeah, this was a pretty good show. Not the greatest, but I mean, at this time, WWE, I think not only was it a PG era thing, but it was just too campy. Like, you had the Raw guests, and it was like skits and all this other whatever. It was geared towards children, which is fine. There is a way to do it though, and I think back in the early 90s and the 80s they did a good job at it, as opposed to the early 2010s. But, or hell, even 2000s, but yeah, anyways. Talk to you later. Bye.
So you know that them cutting WCW was a long time coming. I don't think that's the case at all. If you look at some of his earlier interviews, like